So it's a good thing that we actually have a nuclear power stock, and it's called Constellation Energy Group, CEG for all you home gamers. Here's a company that was spun off by Exelon, the big Chicago-based utility, in a deal that was completed in early February. And I think it's a stock whose time has come. Or some people would say it's already come, Jim, because it's moved a lot. But listen to me. Constellation is the largest producer of carbon-free electricity in America. While 86% of their output comes from nuclear power plants in Illinois and the Northeast, they also have some hydroelectric, some wind, and some solar exposure. It's like this thing was really designed for the current environment and all these ESG funds. Why do I say that? First of all, we're headed for a Federal Reserve mandated slowdown, right? You and I know that. And when the Fed's tightening aggressively, hedge funds love to hide in defensive stocks like the utilities. Constellation Energy is really perfectly fit. It's the perfect mantra. It's a real company with a real service, real earnings, reasonable valuation, and even a dividend, although it only yields a little more than 1% here. Still better than nothing. This is exactly the kind of conservative business that works during times of uncertainty. Second, I think the twin imperatives of going green and freeing our European allies from the dependence on Russian natural gas has created a perfect moment for nuclear power. And I think a lot of countries, in Canada, they've embraced it, small form. It's going to happen. This time, finally. We know President Biden is ready to go all in on liquefied natural gas exports. Imagine how much more we could free up if our government were just willing to embrace nukes, the ones that can be built. So let's take a closer look at this one. Constellation Energy's complicated history. It's actually a publicly traded company before until it was acquired by Exelon a decade ago. Then last year, Exelon decided to spin it off its non-regulated power generation assets as the new Constellation Energy. At the time, nuclear was looking a lot less competitive to the industry. It come to, remember, the industry come to rely on federal and state subsidies to remain viable because natural gas is just so cheap and plentiful in this country. They saw Constellation as the ugly duckling of the business. Now, fast forward to a little over a year later, it's become a beautiful swan. Not only did we get $6 billion in nuclear subsidies from Biden's bipartisan infrastructure bill, but Constellation Energy seemingly extorted the state of Illinois into giving them additional payola by threatening to shut down their nuclear plants in the state. Look, and when I call it extortion, I mean that in obviously the best possible way. At the same time, the price of natural gas has soared, making nuclear a little bit more competitive than we ever thought.
Don't miss a second of Mad Money. Follow @Jim Cramer on Twitter. Have a question? Tweet Cramer. #MadTweets. Send Jim an email to madmoney@cnbc.com or give us a call at 1-800-743-CNBC. Miss something? Head to madmoney.cnbc.com.